for me, episode 6 is the episode that cements Optimus Prime as the big hero in this series. So hey guys, welcome along to the channel. This is Here's Rodder's Reviews, the show that loves all things entertainment and shares that love with you. I am your host, Rodney Stewart. Now we're going to be getting on to Transformers Season 1 from 84. Again, this is episode 6, I believe. Let me just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, yes. This is called Divide and Conquer. Now this episode, Optimus Prime is the big hero of the Transformers universe, and for me, episode 6 is the episode that cements Optimus Prime as the big hero in this series. Absolutely loved this episode. It starts off in a factory where the humans are building weapons to try and combat the Decepticon threat, and we've got Chip Chase there, a computer genius, helping out, trying to enhance the systems to, up the building of the anti-Decepticon weapons. During this, Optimus Prime is out along with Spike. He's trying to search out the Decepticon space bridge, having no luck whatsoever. So he's out on his own and he's reporting back to base. During this, the Decepticons attack the factory where Chip is at to start making energon cubes, and it's only Starscream, Skywarp and Thundercracker, but three of the biggest threats in the Decepticon army. So Chip sends out an SOS for the Autobots. Optimus Prime is closer than the rest of the Autobots, so he gets there first, and he gets into a fight with the three Decepticons head on his own, doing fantastic, taking them out. But during the fight, one of the computers is hit within the factory and it's about to explode. Chip and the head scientist are right next to the computer, and Optimus Prime, in a moment of 100% self-sacrifice, jumps between Chip and the scientist and shields him using his own body, takes a massive explosion, gets knocked down with that, and while he's weakened due to this, Starscream and Thundercracker and Skywarp, all three of them turn their weapons on Optimus Prime and put the full brunt of their shots into him, knock him out. He's down, he's out for the count. They escape with the energon cubes just as the Autobots turn up. The rest of the Autobots and Optimus Prime, of course, injured, so they let the Decepticons escape, take him back to the Autobot headquarters. He's in bad shape. They're trying to repair him, and back at the Decepticon base, of course, Megatron is gloating. He's like, Optimus Prime's down, and Starscream's really going for it. He's like, yes, I've killed him. I've done something you could never do, and all this. And Megatron being Megatron is evil through and through, but he is incredibly intelligent. He's not going to let the fact that Optimus Prime seemed to go down answer the question, is he gone for good? And he orders Soundwave to send Laserbeak, the Decepticon spy, to Autobot headquarters to make sure that Optimus Prime is indeed dead. So Laserbeak gets to Autobot headquarters, and you get a live video feedback to Decepticon headquarters, and you see Optimus Prime. They're trying to repair him, and Megatron orders Laserbeak to finish him off. So Laserbeak shoots Optimus Prime in the chest. Optimus Prime's chest cavity is opened up. They're trying to repair him, and Laserbeak shoots him, and there's a huge explosion from Optimus Prime. Laserbeak returns to base, and at this stage you think somebody's trying to ring me, probably a business call. If it's important, I'll ring them back later. Yes, so Megatron is I've lost my complete train of thought now because I looked at my phone. Optimus Prime's not dead. He takes a massive... He's already had a mountain of damage from the first attack, and this shot from Laserbeak has pretty much put him on the critical list. He's close to the end. There's a part inside him called a Cosmotron. Listen to this. Beep. Somebody must be getting married. That's a big thing over here. They put people in a trailer behind a car, cover them in eggs and flour and all that sort of stuff, and drive them around the town tooting horns and whatnot. So, yes, God bless you, been there. Right, back to the review. Optimus Prime, close to the end. There's a part that he needs replaced, called a Cosmotron, if memory serves. We'll just go with Cosmotron. Only problem is, the only Cosmotron the Autobots currently have in their possession is back on Cybertron, which means they need the Decepticon space bridge to get there. So, the Autobots attack. 4 of them head off along with Chip to try and get across the space bridge to Cybertron. There is a lock has been placed on Wheeljack's lab on Cybertron by the Decepticons. He could never figure out the combination for it, but Chip, being the computer genius, he goes with the Autobots to try and crack the code to get into this lab on Cybertron. So they get to the space bridge, and the Decepticons are sending across their shipment of Energon that they got from the factory at the beginning of the episode. Beep, beep, beep. Please forgive all the interruptions in the background of this episode. Yes, I definitely need a studio further out of the way, more soundproofed than what this one is, so please bear with me. We'll get there one day. Autobots attack the space bridge, and they're going to get their asses handed to them by Starscream and a few of the other Decepticons, but Megatron still been at headquarters. He's formulating a little plan. Radio's he's watching the battle. Radio Starscream let the Autobots win, and Starscream for once doesn't question the orders. It's just like, fair enough. The Autobots get through, get the Cybertron. Megatron's plan is, the title of the episode is Divide and Conquer. He gets a few of the Autobots now on Cybertron, split up from the rest of the Autobots on Earth, and of course Optimus Prime's fallen. The Autobots are lost without Optimus Prime, so Megatron radios Cybertron. He's like, take out these Autobots using acid rain, and we get to see some of the other Cybertronian Decepticons in this episode that didn't come to Earth. Along with the Decepticons, you see the Cybertronian forms that they transform into, along with Shockwave, and he's always up there. But yes, the Autobots do get to the lab. Chip does break the code, but these Decepticons shoot a few beams into the clouds over Cybertron, create acid rain, which fry the circuits of the Autobots. So they're down, they're disabled on Cybertron. Megatron then orders the Decepticons to attack the remaining Autobots on Earth, finish them off, and as far as he's concerned at this point, Optimus Prime was killed by Laserbeak. But Optimus Prime is still hanging on there. The Decepticons attack the Autobots. The remaining Autobots do their best to stand up to protect Optimus Prime, and during the battle back in Cybertron, I should say, Chip saying to the Autobots, "Don't be giving up, guys. Prime's worth fighting for." And Trailbreaker managed to raise a force field to protect them from the acid rain, and while he's doing that, Ironhide fights off the Decepticons that's causing the acid rain, and they disperse the clouds. Their auto repair systems kick in, and they're able to transform, get to the space bridge again, back to Earth. The battle of the Decepticons is still happening at Autobot headquarters. Autobots are getting their asses handed to them. They're close to defeat. Ironhide, Bumblebee, Chip, the rest of them manage to get the part to Optimus Prime. Ratchet starts to repair him. Outside, pretty much all the Autobots at this point have been fought. They're on the ground, they're beaten, they're battered, and the Decepticons are victorious, more or less. And Megatron now is letting, normally his intelligent, well thought out plans, his ego gets the better of him by the end of this episode, and he screams, "Is there anyone on this planet strong enough to challenge the mighty Megatron?" And of course, in the background, what we've been waiting for in the whole episode, Optimus Prime. "Yes, Megatron, I, Optimus Prime, challenge you." So Starscream pipes up at this point. The battle code says that if one leader challenges the other and the other accepts, both leaders have to fight unaided by their armies. So this will come back later in the series too. So Optimus Prime, Megatron fall into each other, start fighting. Now Prime is a little weak, saying as he's just got blown up at the start of the episode. He's got a new part on there, he's functioning again, not back to full strength just yet, but Megatron has expended that much energy in the fight before Prime arrives that he's not just strong enough to fight him, and he gets beaten to the ground. And Prime says, "Megatron, do you yield?" Megatron's got no option but to yield the fight to Optimus Prime, which is another thing that I loved about this series in particular, and it's not something that I've really seen touched on as much in the newer series of Transformers. Even a lot of the stuff and most programs that I've watched on and off over the years is the sense of honour never really seems to be touched on quite as much as this series really did. Pretty sure I could be wrong on that. There was a lot of shows in the 80s that had leaders and whatnot that were similar to Optimus Prime, but I was a huge Transformers freak as a kid, and there was always that part in the show where honour for your opponent would supersede anything that's going on. So Megatron yields to Optimus Prime, the Decepticons retreat. Everybody's fine, happy days. Optimus Prime's alive. We've beaten the Decepticons. That's the last we'll ever see of them. This is the humans, by the way. And obviously this is only a battle won. The Decepticons will be back. So that's a decent episode. It's season 1 of Transformers was great. Didn't really hit its stride until season 2, but as I said earlier, this is indeed the episode where Optimus Prime really did cement himself as the big hero that would sacrifice himself to protect anybody, on a moment's notice. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please hit that subscription button and don't forget to press that bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Please get into the description box below this video and check out my social media links down there and check out all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.